April beauty favorites, here we are again. I apologize in advance if some of the products are repetitive. I feel like in March I did March favorites, but then also like the entire Sephora sale recommendation videos, which in general are not just sale products that I love, they're consistent favorites. So I apologize if anything is redundant, but hopefully not, because those Sephora videos were pretty comprehensive and this is not going to be quite as long as those. Let's get into products. This is the Skinceuticals Tripid Lipid Restore 242 Anti-Aging Lipid Replenishment Treatment. 2% ceramides, 4% cholesterol, 2% fatty acids, which is why it's called 242. This is a face cream. It's expensive. Skinceuticals in general is expensive. I apologize. Not all expensive skincare is worth it. This is kind of worth it. I'm sorry. It is so nourishing, so hydrating. The fact that it's made with actual fatty acids and cholesterol, and all of those ceramides, it's going to help balance out your skin, restore your skin's barrier, any kind of damage or dehydration that is happening with your skin because of environmental stressors or things that you're doing to it yourself. Not enough water, not enough sleep, too much caffeine. It's just going to help make sure your skin is hydrated, the barrier is strong. I use it day and night because it doesn't give you a greasy or like oily finish. Even though it is so hydrating, you need the tiniest amount, like a pea size. You warm it up in your hands and I just press it onto my skin and my neck and it's beautiful. It's such a good cream. I'm wearing it right now underneath my makeup. I wear it at night and it is going to run out. It's not like a giant jar. It is going to run you above $100, but if you wait for a sale, Derm Store and Skin Store do sales on Skinceuticals all the time, and that's where I buy my Skinceuticals from primarily. I usually like to feel like slick with my skincare at night, but when I wake up in the morning with this, my skin is so plush and like just perfectly dewy. I feel like it helps calm down inflammation or redness or irritation, and I've been getting really bad maskne, hormonal acne, just the works, and this does not aggravate it. In fact, I feel like it kind of calms things down too. So great face cream. This is the Color Wow Dream Coat Supernatural Spray, and it's just that good, so I'm going to talk about it again. This is a sealant for your hair that protects your hair and styling against humidity. It's amazing. Okay, best frizz control product I have ever tried. My hair naturally is like a 2C curl, and so with humidity it gets super frizzy. I sweat very easily. I work out 5 times a week. Even if I get sweaty near my roots, usually my roots would be like just curl formation immediately, but this actually kind of keeps it pretty calm where I can just like touch up a little bit if I want to. Otherwise, most of it you can't even tell. You apply this onto damp hair. You want to like drench it section by section. It's like the texture of water, so it's not going to make your hair greasy or gross. And then you blow dry it with tension, which means that whether you have like an air wrap or a blow dry brush or a separate hair dryer and brush, you want to wrap your hair and pull it taut and then blow dry it down so that it kind of seals into the cuticle. It does not weigh my hair down. It helps prolong my hairstyles, especially when I'm curling my hair, I notice. It lasts for 3 to 4 shampoos, which is cool because it's not something you need to keep reapplying to your hair. Just make sure you're applying enough, because if you don't, you're not gonna get the full efficacy of the product. And you wanna do roots to ends. I've made the mistake of like not getting it near my roots initially because I was like, ooh, I don't want greasy roots. And like just my roots were like fluffy and the rest of my hair was great. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. We're going into summer. Don't play yourself. It's so good. Another really good smoothing product that I've loved for years is the Bedhead After Party Smoothing Cream for silky, shiny, healthy looking hair. I'm not gonna lie, this is just a bunch of silicone. Okay, it's like silicone, dimethicone. While I don't use this every single time I wash my hair or do my hair, when I do want my ends to be smoothed out, this is my go-to product. So I just take the tiniest bit, and a lot of times I'll put it in dry hair before I style it. That way, when I'm curling my hair or I'm running any heat through the ends, it kind of seals it in, and I feel like it just works better for me. I use literally like less than a pea-sized amount on like both halves of my head. I always section my hair into two. It just feels really nice, does its job, and it's a great smoother. If anyone has a better smoother, let me know though, because I feel like my ends always look a little less sleek than the rest of my hair, probably because I'm not a natural blonde and my ends know it. Another hair product that I absolutely love is from R+Co. It's the Trophy Shine and Texture Spray. I've been using this also for years. It is so good at adding a little bit of shine. It's not super heavy and just a perfect amount of texture without making your hair crunchy or crispy. I spray this in my hair fairly liberally when I section it off to curl. It's easier and quicker for me to curl because I feel like this gives it a little bit of hold as well. And it smells really good, very fine mist. This is also paraben and sulfate-free, petrolatum and mineral oil free, and it's cruelty and gluten-free, vegan, and UV protection, which is cool that it has UV protection too, so that once you style your hair, you're good, and it is going to help protect your hair and your color and all the money you're putting into your hair. Okay guys, this is not a drill. This is not, I repeat, not a drill. The Fenty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint, holy smokes, I don't even know what the heckin' bob this is. I have 4 colors actually. I have 10, 11, 12, and then 13 is the other shade that I have that's a little bit deeper. I bought this about 3 weeks ago, and it's the only coverage product I've used on my face since I have purchased it. I use it alone. I mix it in with my Auric Glow Lust, which is obviously a staple. It does blur texture. It helps to blur pores. It does not emphasize any of my texture, emphasize any of the dry skin that may be around any active breakouts, my pores around my nose. It does a beautiful job of smoothing out. Also with the blurring side of it, I feel like the finish is a velvety matte finish, so it helps to keep you looking blurred. And with the skin tint side of it, it's a solid medium coverage, I think. I don't think it's like a really lightweight tinted moisturizer. You could probably get there with it by using just very little. It just does such a beautiful job of smoothing the skin and evening out your skin tone, but it feels completely weightless. So skin tint, I don't think speaks to the coverage. I feel like it almost speaks more to the actual texture because it's so thin and liquidy. My favorite way to apply it is just on my fingers, rubbing it in. Feels like nothing is on the skin. And here's the best part. Okay, this is why this is a winner for me. It lasts through sweat, through sun, through humidity, through drizzling, like literally anything you do. This lasts all day. I don't know how, I don't know why, and I'm not gonna question it because it's freaking incredible. The only place that I've ever gotten the tiniest bit of creasing is like right here around my nose, which is usually where I get creasing. I have it on today. I will leave everything as always that I'm talking about and that I'm wearing in the info box down below. I know it's after the Sephora sale, but you guys have to try this. This is it. This is incredible. You just have to go try it. I'm like itchy talking about it because it's so good and I'm so impressed. I actually categorically was not expecting to be impressed. I don't know why. That was super pessimistic of me, but holy smokes, it's so good. Fenty totally killed it, and great color selection also. Huda Beauty Tantour. This is in the shade medium. I've talked about this in my Sephora suggestions video. It is a beautiful formula. It seems like it's dark, but it blends out like a dream. Super, super easy to apply. You can use a sponge with it. You can use a brush with it. And I feel like it just is the perfect undertone. All the shades actually are the perfect undertone to do contouring and bronzing without making you look muddy, ashy, dusty, cementy. It's absolutely beautiful. Adds such a beautiful amount of warmth where on most days, if I'm wearing this, I don't actually wear powder bronzer. Like on a day-to-day basis, because it's humid as heck, this has been my go-to cream for shaping and bronzing, and it does a beautiful job of both. This highlighter is also amazing. We're really delving into liquid products. Again, I'm down in Florida, and so it's hot. Okay, it's humid, it's hot, it's summer here. Cream products are my favorite way to wear makeup on a regular basis because they look really natural, they're easy to blend out, easy to fix, easy to add to, touch up, the works. This is the Illamasqua Beyond Liquid Highlight in the shade OMG. It is Such an amazing texture, such an amazing formula and color, and it's so potent. I use literally the tiniest bit, like that much, on my cheekbones. And actually, even today, I'm not wearing a powder highlight. I'm literally just wearing this underneath my powder, blush, bronzer, setting powder. And it's so potent and pretty, and it dries down to almost a powder like stain effect, which I love because it makes it so long wearing, and you can see it running down my hand. So texture wise, it's pretty liquidy, which I like. It never drags the product I have underneath. It never lifts any foundation up. I've actually applied this on top of powder, and I haven't had any issues with it lifting or disturbing what I have underneath. It's so pretty and so reflective, but in such a pretty way. I love it. I use it on my eyes, my inner corner, my brow bone, tops of my cheekbones. It looks super silvery and ashy on my hand because my hand is significantly deeper than my face is. But on my face, it's just such a pretty glow. And I take it kind of here and all the way around up here so that it's like the light is hitting it in the perfect C formation. And it's just super, super pretty. I have talked about Vive Cosmetics or Vive Beauty before. It is a makeup line created by Jamie Genevieve. As of right now, it's just makeup. Created by Jamie Genevieve. She's a YouTuber and just literally everything she does. I love her style is impeccable. But all of her Vive products are also impeccable, like shockingly so. Vive and Auric are probably my favorite, I guess you could say, like influencer brands because they perform like better than some professional brands. Crazy, bold statement. I stand by it. So these are the eye wands. She came out with basically eyeshadow sticks, like cream sticks, and she has 6 colors. I bought all 6. They are all matte, which initially I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, but listen, these are so phenomenal, so user-friendly, so easy to work with, so incredibly waterproof, lightweight, don't irritate my eyes. How they're so easy to blend out with fingers and brush, even though they are so waterproof, is shocking to me. Today's eye makeup is these, and then I just added the tiniest bit of the blush that I'm wearing into my crease. My build up to get to this point is all these shadow sticks. They work seamlessly with each other, with other products. Hazelnut is one of my favorite shades because it's the perfect warm brown. They're really buildable, but they're also so blendable. Like, look how easily that blended out. But once this sets, it's not going anywhere. And I can keep layering and layering and layering. They never get crusty or gross. And they also don't dry my lids out. They're just amazing. So these are all the shades. There is hazelnut, mahogany, camel, sand, raven, and vanilla. For about maybe 30 seconds to a minute, you have really good playtime with it. But then once they set, again, it just feels like nothing is on your lids, but they give such beautiful buildable color. This is user-friendly for literally everybody, and they're just so easy and beautiful undertones and shades, like the perfect shades to even just do all over the lid and blend out, and you're good. And those are my favorite types of products where like anyone can use them and get such a stunning effect. This is amazing product, and if you haven't checked Vive out, please go check them out. Literally anything you purchase from them, you won't be disappointed. This product kind of came as a little bit of a surprise to me because I was not expecting to enjoy it. It's the Beauty Counter Brow Gel. That sounded so mean of me, but let me tell you why. It's the brow gel in the shade medium. I love the Glossier Boy Brow. It's the tinted fiber brow gel. I just thought that that was kind of the best one. Listen, I might like this one better. This is a little bit of a drier formula, and I feel like because of that, it gives me more control. I always go in with a light hand, but I'm able to fill my brows in with this product and not come away looking like I've just deposited a ton of product or that my brows are like Sharpied on. I have it on in my brows today and I love the way it looks. It keeps my brows looking super feathery. It just adds enough coverage for me. My brows naturally are pretty thick and bushy, which I love. And the brush is perfect, tiny little spoolie, similar to the boy brow. I don't know what it is. It is probably my favorite tinted brow gel fiber product to put through my brows, and most days I will just do this and it actually holds my brows pretty well. And anytime I feel like I've put too much of this in, if I take a clean spoolie and I brush through it, it distributes the product so evenly that it just is so easy to work with too. Very impressed. From Beauty Counter, and again, my shade is medium. Big fan. Big fan. This is the Liss Beauty Bronzer, which LYS stands for Love Yourself Beauty. And I don't know that it is supposed to be said LYS or Liss. I've always just said Liss in my mind. So apologies if I'm saying it wrong, but it stands technically for Love Yourself Beauty. This is the shade Courage Tan. It's the No Limits Matte Bronzer. The formula of this bronzer is so beautiful. Even though it's a matte bronzer, I feel like it's a satin matte because I think it gives my skin a little bit of a glow, which I really don't mind. It's not glitter, it's not shimmer. It just is a healthy bronzed glow, which I think is really pretty. When I actually get bronzed, which is like my arm is a natural tan, it's a good match. It's a similar feeling to how I would be naturally tanned. This glides on the skin, so lightweight, so creamy, so beautiful to blend out. It's pretty well pigmented, but not to the point of like you have no control over the product, but definitely pigmentation is not the issue here. It's beautiful. If you want a really matte powder bronzer, I don't know that this is the one for you because the glow in it is so subtle, but it is there. A super matte bronzer would be the Fenty Sunstalker bronzer, which is a legitimate 24/7, 365 favorite of mine. This is in the shade Caramel Cutie, which is my go-to shade. And just for reference, this is what they both look like. So Caramel Cutie is a little bit warmer, maybe slightly more olivey, and perhaps actually more true to how I actually would tan. Courage is such a pretty powder. It's so perfectly soft and subtle, but like a little bit of radiance. You can see it actually right there when I move my finger. It is just really nice. And I also like this color because for me, I feel like I can bronze and contour at the same time because it's so neutral. And then if I want to add a little bit of warmth, I can use this one. Or if I want even more warmth, the Ilia Novelty or any like more orangey red based bronzer works really beautifully with this. But the texture of it is great. The color is great. Black owned beauty brand. It is so pretty, and the packaging is also really cute. And so far, really impressed with all of the Love Yourself Beauty products that I've tried. The last product I have is the Dragun Beauty Forever Fantasy Setting Spray. I have definitely talked about this before in a favorites video, but it's so good that I just had to talk about it again. This is from Nikita Dragun, who is a YouTuber, TikToker, Instagrammer. She's a CEO all the way around. This setting spray though might be probably my favorite thing from the brand. I think that there might be alcohol in here, but I haven't checked and I don't know that I care to because it's so good. It has not irritated my skin. It has not thrown my skin's balance off. Nothing bad has come from using this. I also don't use it every single day because I don't wear makeup every day, and I also don't feel the need to set my skin if I am wearing like light makeup on a day-to-day basis. But when I do use this on my face is not going anywhere, okay? Again, sweat, sun, tears, humidity, beach, water, swimming, whatever it is, this has locked everything in. It doesn't add hydration. It doesn't dry out or mattify my skin. It literally just sets everything exactly how I put it on. The sprayer on this is not super fine. I wish it was like a finer mist. It is a little aggressive. So what I do is I just take like whatever beauty sponge I have, clean or just recently used and cleaned. and I pat it into my face like the spray with the sponge. So it helps set, but also removes any excess droplets that may dry and like look funny like texture. And it does the job beautifully. Also, she's made it smell like Delina from Parfum de Marly. She really almost kind of nailed it. It's not the exact same, but it's like very similar. And what's cool is if you get it a little bit in your hair or you get a little on your clothes, the smell actually lingers. Like I will smell this scent for hours, which I think is really cool. So good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Probably my favorite thing from the brand, and I feel like that's saying a lot because I use a lot of her other stuff are like staple items in my kit and in my personal use. And that baby, especially as we go into warmer weather, hopefully for like everybody, longevity, long wear, waterproofing makeup, that's kind of the vibe, and this will help with that. Even if you don't set your face with powder, like you're just wearing cream products, this helps so much. And oof, it's so good. It's so good. Let me know in the comments down below what you have been loving for the month of April, and if you think there's anything I should be checking out product wise. But until my next video, thank you as always so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you soon. Bye. From Liss Beauty, that is a whole long hair off of my head. Okay. Today I whipped out a hair straightener for the first time, literally probably in well over a year, and I don't know. I feel like it's obviously not pin straight because your girl needs volume, okay? This head is way too big for super flat hair. In 7th grade, it used to be like if one hair was sticking out, I was like, oh my God, panic. 7th grade. That was a long ass time ago, but